Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Ash. Your comment had me laughing, still has me laughing. Someone who says yeah sure all the time. Alexis, sure is stupid. Me, who the f says that? Not me. I got so many comments of people being like, I say sure. Why do y'all say sure? Change that, yes or no. I love you guys, and if you guys want to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, and your comment can possibly be the next notification shout out. Also, if you want to be notified every time I do post a new video, all you have to do is just hit the bell and you will be notified. If you're finding that you're still not being notified, you have to go to your settings. When you go to your settings, it'll say YouTube notifications, and you'll have to hit the option of like you want to be notified. For those who have been asking me like, Jade, I hit the bell and I'm still not notified. It's because you gotta change it in your settings, babe. So yeah, okay, we are gonna be playing with some new makeup. I'm so freaking excited. I found this one at TJ. I found this one and I found Hershey one. I was so freaking excited. Well, this is a lip kit. So I found the lip kit, and I found the other one too. I just don't want to get up right now, y'all. But I found the lip kit for this one. I didn't find the lip kit for the Hershey one, but the cookies and cream. I love cookies and cream. And if you guys have been following me, I'm on the hunt for the mushroom blanket. I'm gonna manifest that. What's up? Like, ooh, my lens. Sit back, relax, let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are driving anywhere, if you guys are coming home from work, if you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, what you guys are doing, let me know down below. And most importantly, how are you feeling? I hope you are feeling amazing. I love you guys so much, and let's jump right into the story time. I have not played with this palette, and my good friend Jen sent it to me. It is Mama Mitchell. Like, oh, and this is magnetic. It comes out, look at it. Love it. Everything I will be using will be linked down below. If you guys are interested in what I'm using, all that good stuff, I always link it. Also, I'm keeping the fan on. I know I get yelled at FAMBAM a lot to keep it on because I'm all cold and everything. So I'm listening, I'm keeping it on. So I walk in, they're all cuddy buddy up, and it infuriates me. It still infuriates me on some like weird kid stuff when I see my mom being intimate or cute with like anybody. One, because I know there's something off about the person, and I'm usually right. I'm usually right. And does that make me happy? It makes me happy that I'm right. It doesn't make me happy that my mom gets hurt, okay? So I'm usually right about that. Two, because I just get grossed out because I'm like, ew. I didn't grow up with my mom being affectionate with her person. I always grew up with a never get married, Jade. Never this, never that, never this, never let them do this, never let them do that because this, and they're gonna play you in your face. And my mom always gave me the more of be smart, don't be stupid, don't be naive, don't believe everything they say. You know, I got those pep talks, and yeah, they came in handy. So it was really weird when I would see her be cuddled up or whatever, and especially with him, out of all people, him. So I turn to walk out, she screams, Alexis Jayda, which it was my mom says my name like that, I just automatically freeze because I just get flashbacks of to like, you know, so I freeze. And I hate when I would get like this because so much inside of me would be like, girl, move, who cares, run, you know what I mean? I hate when my hand does that. I just freeze because I'm like, I have to listen to my mom. And so I just sit there and I'm like, what? And I'm not even facing towards her because what? She yells at me to turn around to look at her when I talk to her. That who do I think I am? Why I'm over here acting like I'm grown, like I run this shit. And she starts talking to me all what, right? I turn around, I can still picture her like moving, and I just everything about it. And I just like flash him the ugliest look because ew, don't touch my mom. Like, that's so gross. I hate you. Get away from her, please, and fast. He goes, I hate when he would do that. I hate it. Like, what you sucking your teeth for, bitch? Like, why? Like, first of all, why? Like, why are you always acting like you have such a hard job and you cannot be bothered with anything? And oh. It pisses me off, you guys. Like, it literally pisses me off how he would act like if oh, poor him for being troubled with anything because he needs to watch his novela. Like, dude, get the f out. Like, oh, it would infuriate me. So she tells me that, like, where have I been? And I'm like, you know where I've been. Because I would hate when she would question me in front of him, especially in front of him, because who the is he? Who the is he to be part of the conversation? Or like, why are you over here trying to parent me in front of him, out of all people, in front of him? Like, are we always just gonna pretend that like nothing ever happened and like I don't have some type of hatred for this person? Are we just gonna just always act and dance around the problem and be like, let's move on? I don't want to move on. I want something to be done. Like, get the fuck out. Like, what are you doing here? And when the fuck did you come home? How long have you fucking been home? Did you fuck him? Like, those are the things that I'm thinking. Is it like, damn, Lex, who thinks that? Me. I fucking do. Because those are the thoughts that go through my head of like, did he fucking touch you? Because it pisses me off. Where I'm like, I don't want you touching my fucking mom, bitch. Like, don't. So I'm like thinking all those things, and I'm getting pissed, you guys. Like, so many times I wanted the light just to go, so I could just, every single time I just wanted to so bad. So as she's talking to me, best believe I'm thinking all these things. And me and my mom are very alike in the way that we think. So I know she knows what I'm thinking, okay? And that sounds kind of like weird, but it's true. Like, my mom would sometimes know what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. Even though my mom was one of the top people who have hurt me, my mom knows me, you know? I cooked inside of her. She knows me. So she knew what I was thinking, and she just like makes a face where she's just like it's guilt. Like, you know, like the guilt I feel like was hitting her, where like she was mad that I even knew that she would stoop that low. You know what I mean? So she was getting upset with me, and I told her, I'm like, well, I'm gonna go. Like, if I'm grown, like, I got to go, because I do. Bye. Yo, y'all can play house? Cool. My brothers got their mama back? Cool. I'm out. Okay? So I attempt to leave again, and he goes, it's the pinche chamaca, this girl. Like, he's gonna say, I'm like, what? So I get mad, okay? And it always gets my mom on her toes when I dare to like fight with him. Like, even the day he like choked me out, well, attempted to choke me out, because I stood on my tippy toes, and he was like trying to, whatever, you know? So she hates when I would go for him. I don't know if it's because like she didn't want to have to get in the middle of like having to protect me, or because I was questioning. I don't know. And does that make me mad even not knowing? Yes, I don't know. So anyways, I'm like, what? I was like, who's fucking talking to you? So I get mad, and my mom's like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, like to me. And I'm like, telling him to shut the up. Look, and then I start calling him every name out of the book, every single name out of the book. I'm like, how can you even touch him after what he did to me? How come you don't care? I just start getting so upset, and my brothers start walking to like the living room, because as we were like yelling, they like got up and they like left, you know, because they already knew like, oh, it's about to get going. So they were coming back. And my mom just like, look at them, think of them. That was your responsibility, mama, not mine. You should have looked at them. You should have thought about them. Why do I always have to think about my brothers? Huh? Why couldn't you think about my brothers? Why was it me? Like, how are you always gonna put that on moi? Like, that wasn't cool. That wasn't fair. If anything, that was very manipulative to move that way. What does little Lex say? That. You think about them. You, huh? Where have you been? You were out and about doing who knows what, who knows who. So now she steps up. Now my mom is a big, tall girl, okay? So I get scared because that's my mom. And I know she can just me, okay? I know it. I know it. So yeah, I bitch down a little bit. I'm just like, as she stands up, because now I'm scared. And that's my mom. Like, even though I was getting crazy with her, that's my mom. So I say, you're gonna hit me because of him? You're gonna hit me because of him? Because that's just like what it was. And she's like, no, I'm gonna hit you because you're disrespectful. I was like, no, you're gonna hit me because of him. Because of him. And he just like, you know how pissed I was that this little bitch kept going, my blood was just like, I felt like I was going to pass out because of just everything I was like so mad about. Like, and I was like, and when did you get home? She's like, I'm gonna answer to you. You're the child, I'm the mom. Do you understand me? Like in my face, okay? And at this point, my brothers are crying. And my mom's like, you see, look. And I'm like, that's not my problem. That's your fault. So they finally get up and they leave yet again. Hopefully they don't come back, right? I'm just like pissed because I do feel bad that my brothers had to be there to witness that. I hated when I would always, I'm trying so hard not to cry. I hate when I cry. Someone was like, Lex, I love you, but I don't like to see you cry. Girl, you think I like to cry? You're here for the chismeee, but you want to see me cry? Rude. I just don't want to cry because I don't like, every time I cry, I feel like it still has like a hold over me, you know? So I film multiple times, and when I finally feel like, okay, cool, oof, and it's hard. And sometimes I'm just like, I just can't. I gotta take some of this part out, this part, you know, that part, because it is very, very hard. So they leave. Hopefully they don't come back because it is just very intense how we start screaming at each other. And I always feel that he is going to get up and both of us because of how intense the situation gets. And anytime he would get close to me, I was always ready to, like, I've always said, if he would ever try to do anything to me, I'm not going down without a fight. Like, I've always told him, if you get near me or if you even attempt to put your hands on me, I'm scratching out your fucking eyeballs. I am making sure that, like, I scratch and, like, put your DNA wherever so they know it's you. And then one time he was like, okay, now I'm gonna be in jail because I'm gonna tell him that I did it. And I was just like, well, fuck. I didn't think about that. I thought he was gonna be a bitch and run away. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, so he's getting really upset and I'm just getting mad because I'm like, the nerve of you to huff and puff and all of that and have my mom in my face and you feeling like she's backing you. It should be the other way around, because where was your energy, ma, for him when, like, he hurt me, you know? Because I remember her telling me, she confronted him about him hurting me, that, like, it wasn't even a screaming match or anything like that. He was just remorseful and he was like, yeah, I did that and all of that. Like, ugh, it pissed me off. I was like, so there's no hitting, no punching, no smacking, no nothing. Just him just feeling like, oh, I'm caught, whatever. And she was like, he didn't deny it. Okay. So what's next? But anyways, so we continue to still yell at each other. Even though she's close to me, I'm still yelling at her. And I am, like, on the verge of tears. It's really hard for me to cry in front of my mom because my mom has always seen crying as a weakness. My mom is very much, and she was raised by my grandma. A lot of you guys are making really good points of, like, maybe that's why your mom was the way she was, because how nasty my grandma is with how she talks. My grandma's still nasty with how she talks. She thinks that she's doing you a favor by trying to toughen you up and talk to you so nasty because the world is so disgusting. But the world is already so fucked up. So, like, why would you want the home to be fucked up and it to be like this, and then us go out to the real world and then the world be fucked up? Two wrongs don't make a right, grandma. Like, it don't make sense. And I really feel like my grandma is just very miserable. So she thinks that I don't even think that she thinks that she's doing good. I just think that my grandma just has been excused so much that she is so used to being able to just say what's on her mind, and that's just how she really feels. Even if she's like, no, I don't. Yeah, it comes to a point where it's just like, before we would excuse it and be like, well, it's just because how she is. And now it's getting to the point where it's like, oh, it's because she's old. No, it's just, that's just how she is. And she don't care. She literally don't care, because someone who cares doesn't respond like that or act like that. Because as someone gets older, you think that, like, oh, okay, you know, they get a little bit softer, but she hasn't, and that's fine. I've removed myself from that area, you know. But anyways, I just wanted to, like, comment on that because I have seen FAMBAM saying, like, oh, maybe that's why. Yeah, I think that's why my mom is like that. And my mom was raised with brothers and very, very, very different lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so I'm trying not to hold in my tears because like I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna give her the satisfaction of my tears and him because he's sick. Okay, he is sick. He is a disgusting human being. How am I not to feel that he's gonna get like off on it? You know what I'm saying? And then like the little comments that like they would make and stuff, like my mom and my grandma, like, oh, you think that he would do that right now? Like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? Like, what lies are you feeding your brain? Because that is crazy. I'm finally gonna use these ones. So me and my mom are yelling, and I'm pretty much giving her like an ultimatum, like him or me, him or me. And she's like, it's not that simple. Just kidding. No, she's like, shut the f up, like that in my face, right? And I'm like, why do I have to shut the f up? Like, why can't he? Because he's still going, like, the f whining for, bitch? Like, ooh, y'all, when I tell you this man irritates me, like, irritates my soul, like, oh, disgusted is what I feel. Like, makes my eye twitch, all of it, right? So there was only so many times that I was going to take the, and so I tell him, why do you keep doing that? What's wrong with you? So I'm yelling at him. My mom's telling me to stop, not to tell him anything. He gets up, and as soon as he gets up, my mom's like gangsta goes boom with her one hand. Okay, she just sits his ass down real quick, and he don't get back up. He don't. He just sits there, which I'm glad, because who is to know what he would have done. But with all that force, I kind of just like stayed quiet. My brothers come back yet again, and they tell me like, Lex, can you just leave? Can you just leave? Broke my heart, okay? Because they were so young that they didn't understand what was going on. All they seen was, oh, Lex is here. A minute ago, my mom and dad were all cuddled up. Lex comes home, and now they're fighting. I get it. I get it. I don't blame my brothers for wanting, you know, their mom and dad together and to be like a happy family. I get it. So I'm like, yup. And I took that yup with the quickness, bitch, and walked out there, okay? Just super quick. My mom couldn't even catch me. Did she try? Who knows? But I was just like that. So I take off, and I end up going to the library, and my mom does not go there. She just blows up my phone, telling me that when she finds me, that I am going to, pretty much she's taking me to jail. And I'm like, you're a snitch, mom, you're a snitch, you're a snitch. She's texting me like, you're out of control, I don't want you to do anymore. And I am telling her that she is so fake, that to lock him up, that she is never going to see me again, and to keep that energy with him. And she tells me, you can't just do whatever you want, you can't come and go as you please, and that I'm making the situation worse. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't understand how she expected me to care. All that. It was horrible. I was like so pissed off, and I didn't understand like what to do, who to go to. I was just pissed. Like, when I tell you guys, I was pissed that she was home. Like, I was pissed. I just remember calling my grandma and fighting with my grandma, and my grandma had saying, shut up, just shut up, because she was trying to tell me something. And I was like, no, and I can't believe you raised her. Like, what did you do? You f***ed her up. Like, I was so mad at my grandma for raising my mom. Like, I was so pissed, where I was like, why? Like, what did you do to her to be like this to me? And my grandma's just screaming at me, not to questioning her, and she didn't do a damn thing. And I told her, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You have her so messed up. You have her so messed up. And my grandma is screaming at me, it's complicated, the boys need their father, every boy needs their father. And I was like, bullshit. Because where's my dad? Where is my dad? How come you guys didn't have that energy for me? Huh? And she's just telling me that it's too late, that there's nothing that she could do in my situation, that it's complicated, and I'll understand when I get older. And I just tell her, like, it's just a bunch of excuses. That's all you guys ever do, is just excuses. And you guys cover up these freaking pedos, and that's why we have them in the family. That's why you excuse X, Y, and Z, because of what you do. And my grandma was getting more mad. I could hear it. I could hear it, and I could see that I was pushing her to the point of just like wanting to beat my ass, because she kept threatening that she was gonna come down and whoop my ass, and that she was really gonna do it, that she wasn't gonna forget, and that she was going to give me the ass whooping that I've been wanting. And I told her, if you touch me, I'm gonna call the cops. Since all y'all are a bunch of cop callers and using the law for the wrong thing, I'm gonna show you how to use it correctly. And she's like, what did you say to me? Just screaming. I was ruthless, y'all. I was hurt. I was a wounded child who was hurt, and I didn't know where I was gonna go. And she asks me, like, where are you going to go? Go back and just sit there and shut the f up. And whatever your mom tells you to do, you fucking do. And I was like, no, that is not okay. Like, I am not just gonna go and just shut the fuck up. Like, why do you guys think that's okay to do that? And she's pissed, screaming at me. And my grandma has this way of talking, and where she tells me, like, no, you're going to. Like, if she really has that sort of like authority over me, where she's like, no, you're going to do it because I said so. You are going to. And I'm always like, no. I think that's why my grandma doesn't like me, is because I've always been the one to like challenge her. And when she's like has told me things like that, like to shut the fuck up, I never shut the fuck up. I'm always like, no. And my siblings, they will, but me, I won't, because the times I've needed them the most, they were not there. I've raised myself, so it's really freaking hard to have any respect for them in situations like that, because if they really did take care of me and stuff like that, then I would shut the fuck up. I see. I'd be like, where she'd be like, hello, did you hang up? But no. So I get her so pissed off that she's still yelling like, shut the fuck up, and I'm like, no. And so there's lots of family secrets that I knew, so I was just spewing them to her on the phone, you know, and I was just telling her, like, that's why this, that's why that, and she was like, shut up, and you don't bother them with that. I was like, and I heard, and I was just saying everything to hurt my grandma, because I was so pissed, where I was like, how dare y'all still want me to walk my happy ass back and be like, I'm gonna stay. She was like, you think that you are doing something by running away, making it hard. You're doing nothing. You're letting him win. You're toxic ass shit. Toxic ass shit. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, oh my God. Like, even at that age, like, I knew, like, you were not supposed to be telling me this shit. Like, what is wrong with you? So I was spilling all the family secrets, and I was telling her that, like, what was wrong with her? Like, what was wrong with her? And she always said she wanted to be nothing like her mom, that her mom was really evil and a colorist and a bunch of stuff, right? And it's just so crazy, because everything that she spoke about, that's what my grandma was. And it's just so crazy, because like everything that they were like, I hate this, I hate this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what? Make no sense, make no sense. And it makes sense now, as I've gotten older, why my grandma was the way she was towards me. Was because, like, I know she did love me when I was like younger and stuff. Like, I knew, like, my grandma loved me. Like, I could feel it. Like, my grandma loved me. But as I got older, I started to see like a lot of things that like weren't okay. And just like how she is, just like as a person, it's just like, it's not okay. And I just wish she would change, because I do love my grandma very deeply. They can love someone but still not agree with like things that they do, you know? And it just makes me sad. It really does. So I'm continuing to yell at her to the point where her husband grabs the phone and he starts telling me what to do. Sir, no, give my grandma back her phone. Let her fight her own battles, okay? Give her back the phone. Please, please, please. And the only reason why I was even nice to this son of a bitch was because it would irk my mom, because he was a jerk to my mom. So I was nice to him to a certain extent, because I know it burned my mom, because what she was doing with my stepdad. So it was like, do you know what I'm putting down? All right, okay? I regret that. I regret being nice to him up to a certain extent, because that wasn't okay. But I gotta remind myself, like, I was young, I was dumb, and I hate to say, like, excuse myself, but like, it wasn't okay. But that's the only reason why, is because of like, I know it hurt my mom. But even at that age, like, because I only started being nice to him towards like the end and stuff, like when my mom kind of got her shit together. but I didn't like him. Like, I was like, I know you hurt my mom. Like, nope. And I was like a little to him, okay? Like, I remember one time I stole my grandma's cell phone, and like she was looking for her phone, and I was like texting right in front of her, a badass little kid, okay? And like he was trying to get all crazy with me. He was like trying to get in my face and stuff, and he had to like hop over to me because he only had one leg and stuff. And I was so mean that I was just like so mad. Instead of like feeling bad seeing him like work his way over to me, I was just pissed. I was mean to him because how he was towards my mom. So he had like hurt my mom. My mom had came over. I'm like all over the place, but it's like side chismeee, okay? My mom had came over and he had talked to her in a very condescending way. So when I was like acting up, I did not feel bad that like he didn't have his leg on during the moment of me and my grandma like getting into it, and he had to like, you know, over to me. And you think I would feel bad, but I was just like, like, no. And then my grandma too, when she tried to yell at me later on for it, like, did you not see? And I was like, did you not see how you talk to my mom? And she'd be like, I don't give a F about your mom. Do you hear me? And I should have really believed her when she said that, because it is so true. She really did it, and he hurt her. So yeah, he gets on the phone, and I keep yelling at him to like pass the phone back to my grandma, and he's telling me like to stop being a little shit. And I'm like, don't talk to me, loser, don't wanna be. I'm like, don't talk to me. I don't know who you think you're talking to. Don't talk to me. And he's like, you're disrespecting my wife. And I'm like, that's my grandma, okay? That's my blood. She's not your blood. And I was just being a little shit. So then he ends up hanging up the phone because I'm like, yeah. I said some really hateful stuff. Hangs up the phone, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I going to do? So I call Baltimore, and I tell her kind of like the situation that's going on. She's telling me that they still have plans to like do the whole family thing and like leave and all that and have to watch the kids, but that they are going to take a little trip to Wendover. This family loved going to Wendover. It was like whenever they could, they would go to Wendover. So she tells me just to walk over, and she's going to kind of explain the situation, but not too much detail, and that I can go with them. So instead of like just staying home, because I was like, I don't want to watch them at home. Like, I don't want to be here no more. Like, I honestly wanted to run away, y'all. I wanted to run away. I wanted to run away and go to Texas with my cousins, but I knew that I couldn't. So I was like, here it is. I remember having some stupid thoughts. Like, I'm just going to hitchhike, and whoever picks me up, I'm going to make them my family, and some stupid stuff. And I'm so glad that like, well, I said did a lot of stupid stuff, but I'm so glad that like I didn't get picked up because so anyways, I make my way over to the Peaches, and my mom's texting me like, you better not leave, you better tell me where you're at, I'm gonna report you as a runaway. And I was like, and I'm gonna report him as a pedophile. I was just being crazy with her, and she's like, where are you at? I'm like, by a tree, because I always used to tell my mom that, but she'd always ask me where you're at, by a tree, by a bush, by a building. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm here, I'm there, but I'm not where you're at. And I was just disrespectful. So I go over to the Peaches, and Mr. Peach pulls me to the next room, and he tells me that if Baltimore told me about the plans and stuff, and I told him like, I still want to like, you know, babysit the kids when you need me to babysit the kids. And he's like, yeah, we're just gonna go take a one-day trip to Wendover, and that instead of me just watching the kids, like I can just go. Like, I honestly think that like they had plans to like do something else, but like, I don't know, it all just fell in like perfectly. It was weird, it worked. So I was like, okay. He asked, are you sure your mom's okay with it? And I was like, yeah. Like, I don't know why he said it like that. I was kind of worried. I was like, yeah. I was like, why? Because like he never really asked about my mom, but I don't know, maybe he had a feeling that like she was about to like go crazy, right? So I'm like, yeah. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, my mom's still texting me like, you better not leave anywhere, Jay, do you hear me? I don't know if she felt it too or what, but I was like, what are you talking about? So now I'm trying to act like, okay, you don't know what I'm gonna do, like you're crazy, whatever. And I told her that I was just gonna go see like my ex and stuff, and I'd rather be with that toxic than with her. And she was telling me like, are you stupid? You're not going to go play house. I was like, why? You're playing house with someone. Why can't I play house with someone? That's stupid. And she keeps telling me that like it's different, and that I need to get home, that not to test her, not to push her to that limit, that I'm not going to like it. And I was like, you're not going to like it either, Mom. Like, if you want to push it to that limit, it's fine, but make sure that you're prepared to lose him. And she was like, don't talk stupid to me, don't talk crazy to me. Like, you don't know what crazy is, Alexis. And I was like, oh, you don't know, ma. You don't know. I literally have nothing to lose and you have everything to lose. As soon as I sent that text message, she like stopped replying to me. And I think it's because she knows it's true. She knows it's true. What do I have? I have nothing. I have nothing. I don't have my brothers. My brothers are literally like, you know, don't understand what's going on. What do I have? So I don't know what she was talking about. I'm still like there, and Mr. Peach comes back and he's like, you know what? I don't know if we're gonna go or not. Like, I still gotta figure out some plans. And I go over to Baltimore and she tells me that it was her idea that to like, let's just go to Wendover. She's been wanting to go anyways, that it was her idea, but it was just like a last minute thing. And so she's like flustering them because of my thing. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. Like, you guys don't have to go. Like, I don't have to leave anywhere. Like, my mom's just upset. And she's like, no, like, I wanted to go anyways before we take off, and maybe I can get some money, you know, win some money. And so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, you know. Mr. Peach tells me if I can go upstairs and like talk to them, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So I go upstairs. Mr. Peach and Mrs. Peach are asking me like what's going on, and I literally tell them kind of like some kind of the truth. Like, my mom's crazy. Y'all know this. Like, my mom's crazy. She wants to work things out with my stepdad. I don't want to live there, and like I don't want you guys to know my whole situation. I don't want you guys to know everything about my life, because I feel like it's just too much at the same time. I start babbling like a mile a minute, and they're just like just looking at me like because it's a lot. I'm telling them about everything, and that how he's done this to me, he's done that to me, and how dare she, like, that's my mom, I love her. And then I don't know when she came back, and then I'm literally a mile a minute, okay? And I could just see that they're just like looking at each other. It's a lot, okay? If it's a lot for me, I know it's a lot for y'all. So they were just like taking it all in, and I'm telling them that I don't want to live with him. Like, I don't want to live with him, and at the same time I don't want them to offer me to stay with them. As soon as I said that, Mrs. Peach made a smirk. Mr. Peach not as much. It was more like just listening, you know. I was like, I don't want you guys to take pity on me, because I don't like it when people take pity on me. But at the same time, like, I want to be able to like have a place. I want to feel like a kid. I want to have a family, and I know you guys are not my family. And I'm just like mile a minute, okay? A mile a minute. And I'm like, I want to be able to go and come as I please, because I don't want to feel like I'm trapped, because like I have like really bad anxiety, and like I don't like it when you got. And so I'm just like a mile a minute, a mile a minute. Again, trying not to cry, trying to get everything out. And Mr. Peach goes, okay, like to breathe, and that they're gonna talk, and just to relax, to go downstairs with the kids, and just to give them a minute to talk about everything. And that if I can get my mom on the phone to talk to them about staying there for a little bit, that's fine, but to relax, because I literally was like that, okay? Just like a mile a minute, okay? So I'm like, oh, what? Like, what? Like, it was really fast. I go to the kitchen downstairs, and Baltimore's there, and she's asking me like what happened. I kind of told her a little bit, and she's like, hey, you shouldn't have said so much. Like, you should have just said that you guys were having a fight. And I was like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. She's like playing with my hair a little bit, and she's like telling me that I could just stay her and her friend for a little bit. She goes and comes, that just to, you know, that's gonna be okay, that mother and daughters fight all the time, that it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. And I'm telling her like, no, this time it's different. Like, this time it's different. And she's like telling me not to be ridiculous, that it's gonna be okay. So my mom is not texting, and I'm texting her, and I'm telling her if it's okay if I stay the ex. I don't want her to know where I'm at. Like, I just don't. I don't want her to get into her moods and just show up and be like, whatever. Because like, she's popped off in front of the ex before, so like, that's fine. I don't give a fuck them, right? I just don't want her to ruin it with them. And she tells me, do what you want, I don't care. Okay, that's what she says. I don't care. And then she goes, I do care, so don't tell people that I don't care. I'm just really mad right now. Mom, stop. You know what you said. Okay, it's cool, whatever. So Mr. Peach comes back down, and he tells me that it's a lot. They already have their own kids and stuff like that. They don't want to take on more, but that I'm more than welcome to help with the kids and everything. But as soon as my mom brings like any drama or anything like that, that's it. Like, immediately, like, I'm fired. Like, it's too much. And Mrs. Peach doesn't want the law to be coming over and there be drama. And I just took it. I was like, okay, okay. And he asks me like, have I talked to my mom? I told him like, yeah, like this is, she says she doesn't care. He's like, let me see. So I just show him like kind of like the last message that my mom sent of like, don't make it like if it's a sad story, whatever. And so he just like kind of just like looked over it, and I don't think he even really cared. He was just kind of like, just show me something, you know. He tells me that they're still not even ready to like go to where they needed to go, where I needed to like watch the kids and stuff, and that he just needed like a day or two, but that I'm more than welcome to stay there and be there in the meantime. Now Baltimore, she still wanted to go to Wendover. She still wanted to go and spend some monies and make some monies. So she tells him like, no, like, are we not gonna go? And he was like, no, she doesn't want to go. Peach, Mrs. Peach, that she doesn't want to go and that she's all frustrated because of the situation. Now I feel kind of bad hearing that, because I was like, damn, you never want to feel like you're a burden, you know. She needs time to think just about everything, and it's just a lot for her. And maybe it was, but at the time as a kid, I'm like, why is she so dramatic? Like, why is she so dramatic? She always is making it more than what it is. Like, what? But it's because like I didn't see all the other stuff. But I was just like, if a kid ever wanted to live with me because their mom was horrible, I would be like, yeah, like it's fine. But she needed time to like lay down. It was a lot for her. She was stressed and all of that. And I'm just like, okay. So Baltimore asks me like, get a seat to me. I had no business going. I can't gamble. I'm not of age to gamble. What am I going to be doing over there? Like, what am I going to be doing? And my dumbass goes, okay. Because like, what? I was just dumb. I was just dumb. I just wanted to be out, wanted to act like I was grown. I was already picturing in my head like, okay, if I go with her, we could party, drink in the hotel. I can smoke some cigarettes. Like, it's gonna be fun. Like, it's not gonna be a big deal, whatever, whatever. She tells Mr. Peach if he wants to go, and he's like, you're ridiculous. Like, I can't just go. And she's like, I'm gonna borrow her for a minute, okay? I'm gonna borrow for her just one night. Like, just like talking to him like all, just one night. And he's just like, estás loca, like telling her that she's crazy. And he tells me that if I'm okay with that, like, do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Sam goes, I want to go. So Sam wants to go, and you can tell Baltimore was like, because Sam wanted to go. She's like, okay, well, yeah, that's fine. We can go. It can be. We had no business going. We had no business going at all. Like, what are we gonna do over there? It was so dumb. Like, we had no business going. We were already acting like we can get into the baile. Like, we had no business going whatsoever. So Mrs. Peach comes down. She asks us like what we're doing, and we tell her like, oh, we're gonna go with Baltimore to Wendover. Wendover is only like 2 hours away from us, so it might seem like what, but it was like a little Vegas, okay? So she's like, "Gay? Like, we're not going anymore." That she's too stressed. And Baltimore goes, I see, pobrecita. Like, oh, poor you. She's like, I'm gonna go. I want to go, and I want to go and, you know, make some money. And she gets upset. She goes, ay, and like goes upstairs. So dramatic. Where even Sam was like, what the? And maybe it wasn't dramatic, but it was just dramatic for us, where we're just like, okay, whatever. Like, you're weird. Baltimore tells us that just to like get ready, grab whatever snacks, and I'm literally like, because I have nothing, like, what am I gonna take? Like, ready, like, I don't have anything to pack for. Like, it was so stupid. So we ended up going with her, and we are going to pick up one of her friends. Stop at Walmart, and she asks me if I want any snacks, and I'm like, because I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, once we get to the hotel, I'm just going to get something from the vending machine. Like, I'm good. I was like, She's like, don't be crazy. It's fine. I'll pay for it. And I'm like, no, it's good. So we go back and forth, and she's like, don't be crazy. So her and Baltimore were being kind of like hee with each other. And I should have known something was up, but I was just like, I don't know what it was, but I was like, you're tripping, you're not tripping, you're tripping, you're not tripping. So Sam's just on her phone, and her and Baltimore are like like talking, whatever. And then she says, is he ready? So we're checking out, and I'm like, is who ready? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean So there is one last stop that we have to make. So it's me, Sam, Baltimore's friend, and we're going in Baltimore's friend's like kind of like van. It's pretty big, okay? And she's like, is he ready? Is he ready? Baltimore's asking like, is he ready? And she's like, no, not yet, not yet. So we're driving around and I'm like, where the f are we? Like, what do you mean? Like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? And Sam's getting kind of flustered with me. She's like, oh, wait, like she was like acting like, oh my God, you're asking so many questions. And it was literally one where I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I was just kind of curious of like, who are we waiting for? And we're around a neighborhood that like I didn't even know, but there were some nice ass houses. But stupid little Lex wasn't putting it together of like, where are we, you know? And I was just kind of confused of like, what are we doing? Sam keeps like looking at her phone and she's like kind of like begging at this point to Baltimore like to just wait. And Baltimore's like, I'm only gonna wait 10 more minutes, and if the 10 minutes comes up, then that's it. Like, you already told him more than enough time in advance. And Sam is like, stop, I'm giving you the gas money, like just stop. And I'm still sitting there like a pinche pendeja estúpida, like what is going on, you know? Like, I am so dumb that I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm over here like, are we not going to Wendover or what? Like, what are we doing? So when we got in Baltimore's friend's van, Sam told me to sit in the back, okay? She's like, you sit back there and I'm gonna sit here. Like, she wanted to sit in the middle. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, cool. So if we wanted to take a nap with this freaking 2-hour ride, we could. I wasn't gonna get in her way. She wasn't gonna get in my way. Like, there was more than enough room for us to freaking act like we have our own little area and like we were gonna be cool. This bitch always had a freaking plan for like everything. Okay, little me, I was like, when all the freaking time, I wish I could just go back and just smack myself like super duper hard. So I'm like, still like, who the hell are we waiting for? She's like literally whining to Baltimore at this point, like, just wait, no, wait. And I'm like, who are we waiting for? Who? And in my mind, I like knew, but I was like, no. Like, I literally was like, denial. Huge denial girl over here. So Baltimore gets impatient and we take off, okay? And this whole time, Sam is like throwing a fit, hitting the back of the seat, and it's like, Mala, like just like mad, okay? Her and her friend are laughing because they think it's like the funniest thing. And I'm just like, what the fuck, what's going on? I'm confused. And every time I ask Sam, who are we like waiting for? Sam goes, shut up. Like, she's so annoyed with me. Like, why am I even asking? Shut up. Like, she is just annoyed. Like, she has me feeling like I'm crazy because I'm like I want to say Beetlejuice, but I'm like so scared to say it because I'm like, you wouldn't, but she would. Like, she's over here actively trying to get pregnant by him. Like, you would. So we go to another Walmart and Sam is like, we better go back and get him. He was about to come out. And Baltimore's telling her to shut up, that we were waiting for like ever, he didn't come out, and that if anything he can start walking to where we're at if he really wants to go. And I'm like, who? They both won't tell me who. And I sound so stupid because I'm like, who like that, right? And Baltimore's like, dile, like to tell me. And she's like, I don't gotta tell her anything. Like, I was like, calm down. All I just want to know was who. Like, who are you over here crying about? I'm not crying. And I'm like, okay, you look stupid. Like, who is it? She's like, don't worry about it. The whole time she's just like, trying to text, like trying to get a response from this person. Who? I don't know. So we eventually finish in Walmart, and all the begging that Sam does pays off. So I'm like, okay, I already know who I think it's going to be. So I text Joe and I'm like, well, what are you doing? He tells me that he's hanging with his homeboys. Why? What's up? Everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, I just want to know what you were doing. He was like, why are you trying to kick it? And I was like, no, I just wanted to know where you were. I thought I saw you, but I didn't. I tried to play it smooth. And he's like, oh, I'm not even in town. And I'm like, oh, Okay. So I'm like, oh my God, who could it be? And I'm like, is she stupid enough to get Squidward? Like, is she really that dumb? So finding out that he's not in town, I'm like, okay, cool. It takes the pressure off. Like, I'm not even tripping anymore. I'm like, okay, it's cool. It's good. It's good. It's Gucci. So I'm like, whatever. So I go in the back, I'm chilling. I got a little bit of snacks. I'm cool. I'm just laying on my back and I'm just playing like a stupid game on my phone. I'm just chilling, okay? My mom's messaging me, you better be where the you say you are. You better not do anything stupid. And I'm like, damn, how did she know? And I was like, Mom, stop. So I just tell her stop. And my mom goes off. She's like trying to call me. She's like blowing up my phone. I was like, can you please quit? Because I'm saying please because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want her to act up, go to the Peaches and it be like a thing because after she finds out I'm not here, she's gonna go there. I don't want it to be a thing, right? So I'm like telling her, like, can you please stop? She's like, I can't believe you called grandma. You better leave her out of it. She's old. She wasn't old. Okay. Ahora, now you can say that. But back then, she was cool. She was chilling. She was chilling. She was good, bruv. She was good. So I'm like telling her, like, I didn't even tell her anything. She's being dramatic. My grandma added so much more than what I said. And I was like, I wish I would have said all that. I wish I would. I wish I would. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just like on my back, whatever. And we are at the same street. I get up and I look and I'm like, okay, that's why I didn't know, because that's why I was like, oh, the place doesn't seem familiar because it's not Joe's. So I'm just chilling, right? So I hear the van door open and all I hear is like, oh my God. And then there's kissing. And there was more. And there was more. And then I hear, where am I gonna sit? Like really deep, right? Like, where am I gonna sit? And I'm like, so I don't even move, okay? And you just feel the motion of like they're moving, right? So he's sitting there and he's like, what? Like that, okay? So then we take off and I'm still not getting up. I'm still not getting up. They're kind of like whispering. So I can't even like try to hear who the voice is. Like it's just like a, so I'm just like sitting there and I'm just like how do I get up? I don't want to look creepy. I don't want to be like, who's this? You know, I don't want it to be weird and like anything like that, right? And so we're driving for like a good minute, okay? And I hear the guy that Baltimore brought say like, oh, I didn't even get any cigarettes. Like, we got to get some cigarettes. Let's stop here, blah, 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 blah. So we already had hit the freeway. We already went far, okay? We've been good for a good minute, okay? And I'm like, I still don't know how to like get up and be like, oh, hi. Like, I don't want it to look weird. I'm taking up the whole back seat. I don't know what they're doing. I don't want to like just pop up. What if they're doing something? I'm just still like, this is weird, right? This is weird. So as we were about to stop, because you can feel like even on your back, you can feel like the motions of the car. I feel when we're getting off the freeway, and I feel like when we're like getting into like the gas station, because like there's like a little dip area, right? So I decide to text Joe, okay? And I just text him the stupidest thing. I don't know why. I don't know. I think I was just trying to stir the pot. I don't know what the I was thinking. I don't know. And I text, I missed you. Tell me why I hear the in the fucking van. We all knew it was coming. But I really wanted to believe he was out of town like he had said, okay? So I hear a bit and I'm like, no way. What if it's just a coincidence? No way. And I hear a sound go, who was it? No way, okay? And he says, just some girl. And as soon as I hear his voice finally, I'm like, okay. Baltimore turns around and goes, Alexis, do you want anything? And so I finally raised from the dead, okay? And so I get up very slowly, my ass quenching and everything, okay? And I'm like, I'm good. Sam was right here, Joe was right here, and his friend was right here. Joe looked like he couldn't even turn around. I could see like the hairs on his back of his neck standing up. Goes like this, okay? And he just like looks at me and just like goes forward. He looked like a bitch, okay? He was just like, couldn't even move. The guy next to him, we'll call him Dick, okay? And Dick was like, oh, is she the one you brought for me? To Sam. And I'm like, excuse you? Okay, and then Joe turns his head looking at her, and Dick just smiles so big, okay? really big and really cute. And I'm like, ew, calm down, calm down. I was like, no, bitch, you calm down. Because I'm getting mad. He's all, bitch. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no, miss me with that. So I start popping off. I'm already like a level 10. I'm like, because I'm pissed. I'm like, what? Like, I knew they were doing something. And then I was like, well, Jade, why would you be that bitch? And be like, I missed you, right? So it's just really weird. Sam's like, Alexis, calm down. Why are you acting like that? Calm down. And I'm just kind of, I look like a little like crazy in the back, right? And I was like, well, what did she tell you? I'm like, why are you here? He's like, oh, I'm here because I was kicking it with Joe, and Joe said that we're gonna take a little ride or something. I was like, oh, a little ride, we're going to Wendover. And I don't know, I thought that was like a dun 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 moment, right? And Dick goes, yeah. Like, it's no biggie to them, right? It's just like, oh yeah, we do this all the time. I'm like, psh, right? And so I just stay quiet. I'm just like, oh, okay. Joe goes, I need to use the restroom real quick. I can't see his face. All I can see is the bag like this, right? He's like, I need to use the restroom quick. And Dick's like, okay. He's all, move, bro. So then them two get out. Joe doesn't even turn around to look at me. Nothing. I feel so awkward. I'm just like, I feel super weird because I'm like, why did you even text that? I think I texted just to stir the pot, just to be a little bitch. Just to be a little bitch. Because I already knew that he was messing around with Sam. Don't ask me why I did it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay? I don't know. Sam reaches over and just slams that bitch, okay, hard. And she turns around and she goes, why the f are you messaging Joe like that, okay? And I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. I love you guys so much. I'll be back soon with another story time. I'll be adding other story times as well, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Give me a big thumbs up if you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! You guys, the look, I am obsessed. Look at that. So beautiful. Let's begin.